This is a quick look at the Sanrenmu 7129 LUC and SC, I believe. Yeah, SC. So this is a knife that I recently purchased, and online it looked really nice, and in person it looks really nice. I didn't really think I would like this dragon etching engraving on this handle, but it's grown on me, and it is an excellent small EDC. I would consider this knife. There's not a lot of traction on this knife, just to be clear. It's probably best suited for light duty tasks. There is no jimping at the top. It is stainless steel, as you can see, and there's no particularly deep choil. There is a minor one here, but it's nothing like, say, the 7010, which has a much more pronounced choil. So when you put your finger there, it does really lock in, and this does have jimping as well. So this knife lacks both, so it's a little smoother, which is okay. I really like the look of the knife, so I'll let it pass. There's a lanyard hole here. It's pretty big. You can put through 550 paracord easily on this knife. The edges are all nice and chamfered, so no sharp corners, and you can easily deploy this with the thumb stud. Opens very readily. Right hand or left hand. There is no over travel protection, but at this price I'm not gonna ask for one. There is only a tip down right hand carry pocket clip, which is actually my ideal carry style, so I like it. Tension on this pocket clip is actually a little tight, but thankfully, since it's on a stainless steel handle scale, it does go in and out of the pocket quite easily, even though the tension on this is very tight. It's one hit I would give this knife besides the lack of traction. So if you're carrying this in relatively thin pans, it should be okay. Lockup on this knife is good for a new knife. I'd say it's about 30%. And another thing about the Another thing about the lockup on this knife that I particularly like is the amount of contact surface. You can't see it very well here, but some knives, say this is the contact portion of the lock bar, and this is the contact portion of the knife at the base of the tang. Some knives, when they lock up, it's like this. There's only this slight part there that's making contact. On this knife, however, when it locks up, it's like that. They're both mating almost perfectly. That sounds kind of weird, but anyways, you know what I mean. So they're actually perfectly touching on the entire surface almost in parallel. So it gives me a lot of reassurance that this won't easily disengage in use. This knife is taken apart if you should need to do so via Torx, as most knives are from Sanrenmu. This is an open pillar construction, as you can see there, with hourglass standoffs at the back, and the knife centering, the blade centering, sorry, is perfect. The washers on this knife actually are two kind of grayish washers that Sanrenmu often uses, as well as two very thin bronze washers sandwiched right between the gray washers and the blade. So I still don't know why they do that, but it doesn't matter. It deploys quickly and perfectly fine with me. That's my quick look at this knife. major pro versus this, if you're thinking of getting this and the 7010, is the weight. If you want a description on the weight, look in the description box. This knife is quite a bit lighter than this, even though it offers essentially the same blade length, essentially. As you can see there, blade stock is more or less the same too. And a nice thing with this is it's actually a better slicer than that, in my opinion. It's full flat ground drop point blade, and from my usage, it's been great. And with that in conjunction to the lightweight, thanks to the size, if you can see, the length of the knife, the blade, is pretty much the same. However, the handle on this is considerably smaller and thinner, as well as the blade. It's thinner as well. Width-wise, I guess I should say it's more narrow. So one caveat about this knife, I guess I should mention, is that if you have really large hands, it's not hand-filling. I have small size hands, so I could use this and it's still comfortable, but in all honesty, this knife is still more comfortable in the hand. It just has more area on the hand, or pretty much in the hand when gripping it during usage compared to this. So you do get a little more lightweight carry with this, but if you have large hands, it might not be ideal. Excellent knife though, highly recommended, purchased from GearBest. Thanks for watching.